transparent.
Sorry, I killed a bug. Oh my god, I killed a bug. I committed murder on this one. Breaking news.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Yeah.
This has been a crazy week for both Shayan and I. Welcome back to the podcast.
Hi.
Keep it coming. We had Lil Nas X's birthday party last weekend.
Yes.
Shayan, tell us how you feel about it.
Oh yeah.
There was a gigantic $85,000 Porsche cake, which we'll put up here.
Yeah.
And Lil Nas X actually used one of my swords, which we used to cut open watermelons a couple weeks ago to cut it.
Yeah.
But Shayan, did you love the cake?
No, I fucking hated that fucking cake. That
Why?
fuck ass cake. No, it's just because like, $85,000 on a fuck ass cake that wasn't even that cute, by the way. It was lumpy. It wasn't nice. Like, it wasn't realistic at all. It was ugly. And also a big reason why I fucking hated that cake was because so there are a handful of security guards in West Hollywood that I know and I love, and you know, I know them first and last name basis. They're like family to me, right?
Okay.
But there is a group of West Hollywood security guards that literally drive me insane, because there was a situation, and I'm gonna tiptoe around this situation as much as possible because it's not my story to tell, and I want to respect the people involved in this story. But let's just say there was an incident where I needed to get security, and I was like, security, I'm like screaming at security because there was a situation that my friend was in. And he literally looks at me, he goes, I was told I can't move from this cake.
Yeah, but mind you, and I was there when all this happened.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we just talked about an $85,000 cake.
Okay.
So you're wanting
That they ended
the
up
security
smashing
guards,
at the end.
the security guards that were paid to only guard the cake. Mind you, what the situation she's talking about is someone got into a fight. Is a tranny tuffle is what we'll call it. But they were paid to watch the cake, and you want to take them away from the cake for some shitty fight where we have like 100 fights every single night.
Well, he was the
every
nearest.
night.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
he
mean?
was
Like,
the nearest security guard, and I was just kind of like, because if it wasn't that, then someone else would have stepped in, and even the whole people, all the management, they were like, good on Shayan for going and getting security, because anyone else would have just jumped in and started
well,
throwing
typically, yeah,
hands.
that's how the fights go.
Yeah, so I was just like, you know what, I'm going to be the smart person, I'm going to go get security, but we need efficiency in West Hollywood, you guys.
I don't know.
Like, his shit goes down right away. So
I just like to let him fight it out.
he was also like this tall, so what the fuck was he gonna do, honestly? Like, I was literally double his height. But no, the situation was really frustrating and really annoying. Because it's actually a big reason why I canceled my birthday. So Anthony was going to host my birthday on Sunday at Saldana Sundays. And you guys should all go and check out Saldana Sundays. But my birthday was going to be there. And based off of what had happened, I felt like it would be a little inconsiderate to have my friends put in a situation where the general public was going to know where they were, obviously. And as we see from the security, they clearly don't pay attention. And I just think as much as I would try to ensure their safety, I just know someone would have slipped through the cracks, and it could possibly potentially end up,
See, and this is where I get frustrated because I don't know. I mean, I look at everything I look at is a worst case scenario. And I'm like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? This person shows up and punches another person in the face and goes to jail. Like,
no.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, you also have to think you're not a girl, so you don't have wigs. Wigs are really expensive. Having a wig ripped off of you is like, first of all, I mean, don't do that, because that's literally like, I think people need to realize, like,
I've ripped a wig off someone before.
No, but you can't. That's like assault. I think people watch baddies and then they're like, oh my God, like I can throw, whatever. And I still don't want to get into this. I don't want to give any details, but it's like they can throw wigs, they could throw drinks. That is all assault. Like, you guys.
Yeah, but you
got
to realize this is California, though. Assault means nothing. If there's not a big
I
weapon,
thought California is really strict with.
No, they're not strict on anything.
violence.
But if they're going to enforce something, it's to be for assault. But they don't want to do the paperwork, so all they're going to do is they're going to get you and that person say you got into a fight, they're gonna get you both into a room and they're gonna say, look, you're both gonna go to jail unless you both drop the charges. That's how it goes.
Unless if you
90%
go to
of the
lawyers.
time. Depends. It really
Okay,
depends.
like
Now
get
then it
lawyer
goes who has the most money. That's just how it goes because expensive attorneys will always win. Period.
Okay.
But
Well,
anyway,
good to
you guys should
know.
comment below and tell Shayan she needs to have her birthday party.
No, I mean, I honestly, it was a blessing in not a blessing in disguise. I hate my birthday. I hate my birthday. I hate celebrating it. I don't like to leave my house. I think a birthday present to me is to have my phone on moon mode and just be like left alone. And I just think to me, that's like a birthday present. Like of just staying at home with my dog, with my cat, dressing up and going out and dealing with just like personality after personality after personality. And then like people publicly knowing, like I already have had stalkers before. Having
Stalkers
them
are fun.
I mean, they're a fan. Hey, I'm down for a fan. But
I live for stalkers.
at the same time, it's like
I have my favorite stalker sitting in the room right now.
oh
Hi, Jaden.
God. No, it is, but it's also like, oh, I don't know. At this point, mentally, I'm just not at the right headspace right now because I was.
I feel like if you don't have a stalker, you're not doing something right.
That's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm also like, I've been on NyQuil for the past few days. I was hella sick. I am also back in contact with someone, which didn't expect that. I also lost I think like a lot of friends recently. I don't even know who's real and who's not. Like lately I've been going through my friend group and just being like, who's loyal, who's got my back, and if they're not, dropped. Like that. Like I'm going into this new year really, really just like focusing on like the right people. But I also wasn't expecting this person to start talking to me again.
We're just keeping it coming. But you just don't.
It's a very LA thing because everyone outside of LA has a hobby. So it's like everyone I know that lives back home, they ride motorcycles, they go paintballing, they do a lot of things where it's like they doesn't make the money. And I just think that in LA, that's it.
Well, when you go on dates, you always lie about your hobbies. Like the amount of times I've told guys like, yeah, I love hiking. And I'll like lie. I'll be like, yeah.
Funny.
They're like, what did you do today? And I'm like, oh my God, absolutely nothing. But like, I can't just say that. So I'm like, oh, I just had the most intense like Pilates class. And like,
that's wild.
I literally did not leave the bed at all. Like I just rotted. No, yeah, rotting in bed, stalking exes. I mean, those are hobbies.
That's wild.
I like to go see movies. I don't know. Is that a hobby? No. It's just like something you do. Like, right?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I think that's a hobby. Yeah, you go to the movies a lot.
All the time. Like 3 times.
Oh, Shayan has a hobby.
Oh my God.
Yay.
Wow.
She has depth. I always just tell people no. I just say, I'm like kind of an asshole and I'm just like, I don't believe in doing things that don't make you money.
Yeah. Because like when you go on dates with people.
I don't go on dates with people. So yeah, I don't even know the last time.
And Jay likes to paint.
Yeah, and Logan likes
sheets,
to like
right?
shit on people. Oh Lord.
Oh yeah.
So what's your biggest turn off on a dating app?
Biggest turn off on a dating app?
Yeah.
Height.
For sure.
I mean, if he's under 6'3", it's like no.
So mine is, and you guys are kind of. I'm forever gonna get canceled for this shit.
Okay, that's fine.
I hate.
Just make me look better.
I hate, and I hate using the word hate. I dislike it. It's really annoying when someone says, what is it on Grindr or Tinder that like they don't say like overweight, but they say not thick. What's the word again? Huh? No, but like your body type. It's like skinny. They obviously don't say fat on there. Either average or what's the one right above that? You know what I mean?
More
like
to love.
No, the one like right above average, but it's so funny to me because I'm just like, it goes both ways though. Cause like some of these guys with like ripped ass fucking bodies will be like average. I'm like, all right, that's not average. You know what I mean? And then sometimes there's ones that are, God dang it, someone needs to tell me what the step right above average is like. Heavy
Slim,
set. Heavy set.
You have that app, don't you?
I'm sure it'll be full of these things.
You have to re-download it, right?
Hold on, let me download that app real quick.
Yellow black app.
God dang it!
What is the Grindr logo? Is it a cat? skeleton?
I thought it was a skeleton, but I just found out it's not.
What is it?
Like a hockey?
It's a hockey mask?
Someone said that.
What is the Grinder logo?
Oh, I don't know. Just made up.
They
Oh,
just-
stocky.
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 Short. No, but that's short and thick.
No, stocky's
Stocky,
just
right?
no. This guy's
Oh.
6'5". It says stocky.
I thought
Whoa.
Stocky was like a bear. That's like a buffed up.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of people who are just severely overweight and they just don't want to put like heavy weight. Instead, they just say stocky. You know, I'm like, all right, boy, come on now.
Oh my god.
That's my biggest pet peeve.
Wow. Oh my god, you should change that off of your profile.
I don't lie. I tell them I'm fat with a capital F. I sit here and I'm like, girl,
oh,
hey, no shame in my game.
no,
I likes to eat.
I
I ain't missing no meals. So hold on one second.
That's cute. So we finally got past the month of January.
Mhm.
That was honestly January felt like the whole damn year. It was so crazy. Like we had so much insane stuff happen this month. And
What do we have happen?
what LA was on fire. We've had like 3 plane crashes.
That
We've
just
had-
happened. That was February.
That was February? No, that was in
Didn't that happen
January.
on Saturday? Sunday?
January.
I thought it happened on Saturday.
No, because there was a second one. There was like another one.
January was just a crazy month altogether.
Mhm.
So, sorry to anyone that was affected by that. Like we're here, we're past it. We're in February now. But yeah, I think we should talk about what are our goals for this year. What do you want to see?
You lead the
out of-
way. Go for it. My goal. I live my goals day by day.
Really?
I wake up. My goal is to get to Costco, and not fight someone.
That's smart.
But let's hear what your
That's
goals
smart.
are.
No, that's like a good you want to like set up little tasks for yourself. That's actually really smart.
Mhm.
Ooh, I don't know. Not me asking the question, not knowing. I definitely to get more into acting and comedy this year.
Okay.
Yeah. At some point, I do want to.
Didn't you get a role somewhere? What happened to that?
I did. It's on hold. So, and I do want to maybe do like a comedy show or something, like
Mhm.
something,
Mhm.
and then just creating more content. I realize that.
Do you want to do like scripted comedy, or do you want to do like stand up
stand up?
and like?
I want to try stand up.
But isn't some
improv
of
or
stand up?
anything.
Yeah, stand up isn't always improv, is it?
It's they have different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do improv a lot when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like one of the main things I love doing. I mean, just anything in general. I think I'm like getting out of the like I just want to look a certain way, and like I'm like not afraid to look crazy online in front of a bunch of people. So I'm like, okay, I'm like getting it back, I would say. So
Okay.
that's like a goal.
There we go.
And then obviously I think not spread myself too thin. I feel like last year I like made friends with like hundreds of people, and I was like trying to keep up with every single person, and I think I really just need to like hone in and focus on like the most important people around me
Mm-hmm.
and be a little more what's the word where you like attentive to the closest people around me, and like remember birthdays and like buy presents and like do things like that. So
Okay.
yeah. I just want to be more thoughtful.
So we got the OF back,
Yes.
thankfully.
Thank God.
So that's good.
Yes.
Not only did Jay quit on us, our editor, but
Yes.
also Ryan, our OnlyFans
Yes.
manager, quit on us.
Hey, he had a no. They have better opportunities.
I'm
and they
I'm
took
starting
it,
to think
and I'm
that
happy.
there's a problem. What's it called? Like when there's one problem, like like
snowball
we're the
effect?
problem. No,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm starting to see something consistent.
No, but he got an amazing job offer, and so he's taking that instead, and I think that's great. So I'm gonna miss him. He is lovely and so handsome.
What is something that you do that you hate that you do it?
Do you want to answer? That?
I don't know,
What
actually-
is something that I do that you hate?
No. Oh, girl. We'll save that for another
He
episode.
pulls out a scroll.
Um,
It like rolls out.
publicity, man.
People are committed, deep emotional. We're taking their shoes off.
So I posted a picture. I don't even know what day it was. Thursday, Friday. About it was my foot in the door, and it was me trying to. I said eviction day. So everyone's been asking me about the backstory. Like I've got hundreds of messages about the backstory. So I was sitting there. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll do like a my own video. And I was like, this would be a great podcast topic. So basically, this girl, and this is like I'm trying to like really get into that moment of when I was there, because now I'm talking about it and it's nothing, but when I was there, it was like a huge thing. Like, I don't even know where to begin. So basically, this girl messaged me at 9 p.m. to stay in one of the Airbnbs. It was like a Monday night. Then Tuesday, she was supposed to check out at 11 a.m.
Okay.
She starts messaging me and was like, hey, can I get another 30 minutes? I'm like, yeah, sure. So 11:30. Hey, can I get another 30 minutes? And oh, mind you, let's back it up a second. She checks in at 9 p.m., 9:30. And then asks me at like 11:30 for food. She literally was like, hey, and I'm pretty sure she was lying, but she's like, I'm a survivor or evacuatee from the fires. I don't have a lot of money. Can you bring me food? Like literally asked me, can you bring me food? And I'm going to actually post the entire text thread on my Instagram when you get this clip done. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't provide food for my Airbnb guests, but you're welcome to whatever in the house, because I keep shit in the cabinet if it's not expired. She said, okay, thank you anyway. Then she asked for a discount. She's like, well, in that case, can you send me back $40? Like, give me a 10% discount. And mind you, it's a really nice place. You know what I mean? It's one of my normal houses. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, not that big. I actually did. I gave her an extra discount. I gave her 10% back. So then now we'll go back to the next morning. She messaged me at 11 a.m. for an extension, 30 minutes. So finally, I told her, I was like, you have to be out at 12:30 sharp, period, because I have incoming guests at 3 p.m. I show up at 12:31, and I knew I was like, I'm going to try to open the door and she's going to lock it. No. So I like played Mr. Sneaky McGee, and I like walked up and I like slowly turned the handle, and I realized the door handles were locked, but I have a hide key. So I grabbed the hide key and I was like, okay, so I'm going to have to unlock the door handle while also unlocking the keypad at the same time. Because if she hears it, I've had someone literally slam the door. So I was like, okay, so I go, and as I'm turning it slowly, I'm quickly entering the thing. Sure fucking enough, I open it, and I didn't even open that door more than like 5 inches, and like she goes to slam it, but I'm like, this is not my first rodeo. So I put my foot in the door, and she goes, oh, my cat's gonna escape. I'm like, no, that's fine, you just have to leave. She goes, well, I have till 12:30. I was like, it's 12:33 now. And she's like, well, I don't know where to go. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. But the crazy part about all of this is when I opened that door, those 5 inches, it smelled like something was dead in that house. It was it getting hit in the face with the smell of like, I don't know if it was like dead mixed with shit. It was like, it was so fucking crazy that like I immediately, like, it took my breath away.
In
you
like
know what I mean?
2 days?
Not even 2 days. It was less than 24 hours. She checked in at 9 p.m. and she was supposed to check out at 11 a.m. And
wow.
I'm sitting there with my foot in the door, and she's like, well, can I just like close the door so my cat doesn't get out? She kept asking me, and I'm like, no, I'm not closing this door. I'm not doing this with you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to call the cops.
Is the cat cute?
I don't know. I don't hate cats. But I
want to rescue the cat.
And like in the picture, you could see like a suitcase and a ton of bags. Like she had moved in with like all of her stuff in that time frame where she probably was going to try to not leave. You know what I mean? But luckily, I did have the cops coming on the way. So once the cops did get there, she started moving all of her stuff outside. But the smell stood there for like 2 days. It's still, I don't know if I want to walk back in there. And I felt bad for the incoming guest. It smelled. Wow. I think that she had a dead animal in the suitcase. I'm pretty sure, because I read her previous reviews on Airbnb, and it was like she brought her fox with her. Everyone was like, she brought a fox with her. And like I was looking, I was like, she doesn't have a fox. She has a cat. So either the fox is dead or something. I don't know. But the smell, the housekeeper came in, and we go into the bedroom, and there was blood on the bed. But like it was like a puddle about 8 to 10 inches around of blood. Could have been period blood. I don't know. The housekeeper was like, it's period blood. This is what periods smell like. And it was mixed with that, with BO. Like she hadn't showered. And like it was fucking insane. So anyone who's trying to do Airbnb, just be prepared for anything. This is one of many, many stories, but this is probably the craziest story I've had in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause I've had people who like stay for a week, and then you come and they destroy a whole house and have to fully repaint.
And then what about the whole like squatter rights thing?
No, she didn't have squatter rights. Not in the city of Burbank. But you have to wait 72 hours for that. But She tried it. I'll tell you right now. So that was my crazy week story. Not as crazy as yours, playing tip the tranny at the bar, but
What the fuck, Anthony? That's wild. No, it was pretty crazy. Well, let's get to something a little more funsies. Or actually, this is more hate. What is something you hate that people make their entire personality based off of?
I'm gonna let you answer this first because I'm gonna go based off that.
Okay.
Because I don't want to say the same thing you do.
Okay. I hate when people use TikTok culture as their entire personality.
Elaborate.
So, like, for example, Brat Summer, right? It was
Okay.
like all over TikTok, like Brat Summer, Brat Summer. It's like taking that, like, it's cute on TikTok, but then like taking that and like the lingo from all of that and then just using that as like your entire personality. Like, for example, coquette core is like with the bows, and then your whole fucking apartment is like bows in it, and you're just like, or like girly pop, and then every other word is like girly pop. I know that sounds dumb, and he doesn't use TikTok,
I don't use TikTok,
so he doesn't
so I don't know what the
understand
fuck
it.
this is, but
But it's kind of like a thing where it's like people will base their entire personality based off of their algorithm, and then they just kind of like take that as their form of
interesting.
aesthetic and personality.
How does it benefit them?
I
Like,
think
is it
they
because they just get better content with this, so they don't have to like prepare?
No. It's not for content. It's like for their life purposes. It's like it's like people are searching so hard to find their own personal, unique, who they are as a person, and then they kind of just like go based off of like, oh, well, this is trending, and this is cool, and this is what everyone's wearing, this is what everyone's talking about. So I'm just gonna base my whole personality off of just that. Where it's like having your own unique personal style and ideology and like thoughts. I feel like that's a very personal growth that you have to go through.
Okay.
And that just makes you a more interesting person. Whereas like there are people who base their whole personalities off of like their For You page.
But also, I feel like TikTok is for people who are like under the age of 25, so their brains aren't even fully formed yet.
Yeah.
So like to them, this is like cool. It's like literally putting up like the LED lights around like the top of your ceiling is like something you do when you're like 17. If you're carrying that into your 30s, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Josh and Nasha and Rejuvenasha.
This company patented their knockoffs before
Dear
the
Mr. Ugg, 1977.
Yeah. They patented it before the real Australian people did, so therefore they hold the patent in the United States, which Australian version can't even legally sell something with the word Ugg on it. So now you have to order them, and if they get shipped to the US, they'll just say since 1979 on them. That's it. They can't even say the word Ugg, which is
But there's Ugg
insane.
stores out here.
They're
and they're
same
all
thing.
fake.
They're all fake. All fake. I did not know that. And they got back to me and they're like, our product, because I wasn't asking for any discounts or anything, but I did say I was going to shout them out, and I was like, maybe it'd kind of be cool to have some kind of a brand deal.
Yeah.
And they were just like, unfortunately, like we have such slim margins because our product is legit sewn by hand, made by hand, that we only offer like a 10% discount, and we don't do any brand deals with people in the United States because of the air around. So anyone out there, if you have Ugg boots and you're looking at the capital G and it's larger than the other G, that means you have some fake Uggs.
Wow.
So you got.
Oh my God. Do you know with Louboutin, Christian Louboutin? So I'm a size 44. They don't make size 44.
Okay.
They only go up to a 43 on certain styles of heels, which I want the Socates, which is the tallest heel. But so I inquired about how someone like myself can get a shoe. So you have to put yourself on a waiting list, and it takes about a year. And then you have to fly out to Paris, and the actual shoe person takes a mold of your foot.
Damn.
And then you have to put in an order of the style that you want, and it takes about 6 months to receive it. So it's like literally a 2-year process just to get a shoe. But once they have your mold, they can make any shoe for you.
Yeah.
It just takes like 6 months to get it. So I have to do that because I want Louboutins. I want bloody shoes. Instead,
just
we got
chop off some toes, you'll be all right.
Oh, they do have surgeries. They do have like they call it like the Cinderella foot surgery. And I know a few girls that have actually gotten it, but I scar really bad, and so I don't want like a bunch of scars on like my toes.
Yeah. So I recently saw a quote that reminded me of you, and it said,
better be a good quote.
Oh shoot, I don't even know if it's a quote, it was a saying, but
okay.
all it said was success is the best revenge.
For sure.
And when I saw that, it just reminded me of you saying, I want a GT3 RS just to be able to get revenge on my ex. Yeah, or ex, whatever. So do you care to elaborate on that?
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like there is the classic of like, you know, you can bust the windows out of his car. You can, you know, fucking fuck his best friends. You can do literally all that, but it's only going to push the narrative that you're crazy, and that's going to honestly validate the fact that he's like, this is why I shouldn't be with you, honestly. As much as he pushes you and drives you insane and pushes you to the point of insanity, it's still at the end of the day, your reaction to things is your reality, and I feel like someone can say and do whatever, but it is you are responsible for your reaction.
Yeah.
So, you know, to not go so crazy and to instead
But also, you are your own worst enemy.
Yeah, for sure.
So
for
like,
sure.
You are your own worst enemy.
Yeah, but just to, I think what it is like, yeah, I could do this or I could do that, but why not just like, you know, be like, hey, I'm going to show you and I'm going to prove to you. Because sometimes you do, and a lot of times you do, you know, because I've dated guys who are like, oh, you aren't going to amount to anything, or you're just a whore, or like, you know, I've had teachers literally tell me, like, you're literally not going to amount to anything. Like, so bad. And that was actually a big reason why I quit acting and why I got out of that world, because there was a teacher who told me, he was like, I don't ever see you getting a job. I don't understand. I don't think you're funny. I don't think anyone will find you funny. He's like, I honestly think you're really scary to look at, because he said I have very intense eyes.
I remember you talking
and he
about
said it was like weird and like, I don't know, it was just bad. He ripped a new one into me and now he ain't shit. So, but no, it's true. And so I'm just like, why listen to these people and instead just be on that billboard and go do that shit.
So speaking of quitting, everyone's quitting around us.
Yeah.
Shayan quit nightlife.
I did.
So tell us about that, because we know that was something that you were interested in having a real job.
Yes.
Shayan doesn't want a real job anymore.
No.
She wants to lay on her stomach.
No. I think I hit a wall. I think what it is I mainly am now finding the passion in creating content and being a content creator and doing that. It sounds crazy, but like just little things. And I feel like nightlife is just such a different schedule. You operate on such a different schedule.
You're the opposite 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You're the 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. for sure.
And I think especially for me, I wasn't drinking. I was pretty sober for the most part, dealing with the people, and we even had like crazy people coming up to me, grabbing me. Somebody from like my Twitter was like, I knew you were going to work tonight, so I showed up. Like it literally got to a point where it was like just too much energy. And I think for me, I'd rather like focus that energy into like doing things that I feel like would fulfill me and stuff. So it was great, and I'm gonna miss everyone, and I love them so much. I met such amazing people doing it, but yeah, I really I want to focus on creating the content.
There we go.
Yeah. Do you plan on leaving anytime or no?
What did you do?
No. So this whole Tesla thing going on, which I'm sure you've read about. Shayan hates Teslas, but ironically, everyone in this room has a Tesla but you.
Sorry.
So
My bad.
what are your thoughts? Are you going to be vandalizing any Teslas anytime soon?
No. Okay, like just to clarify, all I said was nothing makes my Bugatti drier than a man pulling up in a Tesla, because I just think a Tesla is
What's a Bugatti?
It's, you know, something. You subscribe to the OF to find out. But Tesla is very much like, okay, I like guys who like cars, right? And Teslas, I just feel like are not like, if you like cars, that's not like a car to get. You know, I want to hear the rev of the engine, you know, against me. And then also, like, I don't know, I think it's a good car for someone who's not a car person, a girl who doesn't know how to, not trying to be sexist, but it's someone who doesn't know how to drive that well. And
good luck, everybody else.
No, stop. No. And then, like, you know, like gay guys that are like, oh, fierce. Like, there you go. Wow, not me just like generalizing everyone. But no, I mean, I need a guy to like, you know, I mean, most of the guys I drive don't even own cars and they just borrow my car. So, but don't vandalize it. But I do want to talk about this because I've been going live a lot on TikTok, which it goes down on my TikTok lives. Actually, a lot went down. I kind of want to talk about that too. I just remembered it right now.
Perfect.
I do want to address it because it's really funny. But so I was pouring myself like the ready-made Starbucks, like right?
Yeah. The
And
glass cup thing.
people were going insane. They were just like, you can't drink Starbucks, like they support. And I'm like, honestly, at this point, I don't know who the fuck supports what or supports this. And I do feel like people are starting to pick and choose. Because at the end of the day, if you have Instagram, if you have Meta in general, if you're commenting, you should ban that too, right? Like if you really want to stick to your guns, then you have to delete Facebook, you have to delete Instagram, you have to get rid of your Tesla, you have to not drink Starbucks, don't use Amazon. Like these are all things that everyone uses and everyone's going to continue to use. And I just don't like when people are like, you can't eat Chick-fil-A, but then they're ordering shit on Amazon. And it's like, well, no, you can't do that either. And you also can't, but also people can do whatever the fuck they want to do. So I just think, I don't know, pick and choose your battles and really stick to it.
You can pick your nose and you can pick your friends. But you can't pick your friend's nose.
But yes, but a situation that happened on my live was, actually, no, I can't talk about that.
Oh my god.
Really tough. So
Speaking of the Gavians, you have some really viral clips going out there where you interviewed some really guys. So out of all of those, who do you think was the hottest?
I don't know. I mean, Kyle was definitely one of the hottest. Definitely more my type. But I think the one,
Which one was Kyle?
Kyle was the one who spit his gum in my mouth.
Okay, what about? I thought the other one you thought was.
But I
hot.
thought no. I thought he was really funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought his like comedic time, like just everything in general. I think he's so funny.
The 19-year-old.
What? No. There was another one, but I don't know his username or anything. I tried to at him.
Wait, the one that spit his gum in his mouth wasn't the 19-year-old?
19. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. No, I liked. He's hot for sure. Yeah, he's so hot.
Got it.
But he's 19, and he, when he's 22, we'll talk. But no, there was the one, and I don't even have his username or nothing. And I asked them for it, and they like wouldn't give me his. They were like, he doesn't have.
I thought it was that porn star that you really liked. He says, this is an anonymous person, but for me, I know I'm a pansexual. I'm interested to know what you think the definition of one is. For me, I'm attracted to non-gender specific. I can find arousal in straight, gay, male, female, trans. For sure, trans is my Bentley of all choices. So I guess the question is, they want to know what you think the definition of a pansexual is.
I'm the worst person because I have middle school humor and I'm just like, oh, you fuck pots and pans. Like that's literally where I go. Like, oh, you want to like fuck my crock pot. Like I know it's not the term, but whenever someone says pansexual, I always laugh a little because it's just like, oh.
Well, it's an interesting question because like is pansexual it's the same as gender fluid essentially, right? Because gender fluid person would be
But then there's
fluid,
also sapiosexual,
which is nothing to do with
the
sexual
mind.
at all because it's an
Of the
attraction
mind,
to the
right?
brain. Yeah,
Right.
but that's sexual. So I don't know. Pansexual would be the same as fluid. I'm equating it to that. We'll have to ask ChatGPT.
All I know is I'm entering my bi girl era. I'm gonna start going on dates with girls. Yeah, I even cut my nails too so I can finger bang. Isn't that wild? No, I'm actually being serious.
I can't with you.
I actually am. Like
Shayan, Athena doesn't count.
What the hell? No, I really am. I'm want to explore myself. I think maybe, you know what? I really dissected this recently because a lot of people have been telling me, they're like, yeah, you really give lesbian. And I'm like, do I? And I'm looking at the guys I go after and I'm like, God, they literally look like women. But yet they're so complicated. And I'm like, maybe a woman will match my like emotional maturity and like, who knows? But I also have a very different type when it comes to women. I like more of like the like.
She likes manly women and feminine men.
No. Manly. Wait, no.
Yeah, manly women. You like women with like tattoos and shaved heads.
Oh yeah, that's true. I also like a little bit of like a Reese Witherspoon, like Girl Next Door kind of vibe too.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I just feel like lately I'm like, why not just say fuck it?
Well, there you have it. You're pansexual.
Because I think so much of me was
You're trisexual. You'll try anything once.
Yeah, because so much of me, I was just like, oh my God, I need to fit to this mold and be like the ultimate like female and like always wear bodycon stuff and like
You can be like Mateo Blanco and just be a bimbo.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, that like
No,
you
you'd be a
know.
himbo, right?
Excuse you.
I don't know how that works.
What
This
else?
is a question for Shayan from an anonymous person on our YouTube, like I just said. So we have, let's say, 3 types of choices. Homosexual men here. The man with a deep voice, probably bisexual, who decided to go to the gym. The man with higher voice, homosexual, who decided to shave his body hair. And the homosexual man with higher voice and decided to change all possible body parts to male to female. Mind you, this is a really long
It's so long.
one, so bear with us real quick. So I would say, if homosexuality was working out and people were finding their partners as women and men do each other, I would say, just leave your body natural, go for it, live, enjoy. But every homosexual guy knows that years and years pass and you don't find partners, even in the Netherlands, Germany, or California, for example.
Very
Boy,
specific.
you are very specific. Thank you for the question, but Jesus Christ. So, if humans are the only animals that can tremendously manipulate reality to make life better, and he puts protection and survival, architecture, agriculture, and medicines, and we are entering now an era where we can manipulate reality so to have more fun, go for it. The only question he has, all of this leads into this question. The only question I have and would really want to find an answer collected from many trans women is, now that you have body parts that men love, aka boobs, pussy, like hole, and soft skin, do you have now options for many lovers? Is it easy now at least to find a lover, if not husband? Because you can't give him babies, family, so most likely you'll never be a wife. But I could see big improvements in sex, love life, and a homosexual man with a female brain once he offers to men what they want, female body. So if Shayan would answer this, that would be amazing. Thank you.
I mean,
That was a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah. I mean, I think it just goes back to time and time again of like, in my reality, I did not transition to find a mate or a partner or make my dating pool better or easier. I don't know. Like I just did it for myself. It has nothing to do with men. I think a lot of times people have this misconception that we're like, ooh, I'm just like a horny, like I just want to be a girl and get fucked all the time. It's like, no, it's actually the opposite.
and you know, I know we addressed this in previous episodes, so people who have followed along are probably like, you already talked about this.
Yeah.
But I can see where people would ask the question, because it's almost the same thing as when you come out as gay, you have like your slut phase.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
course.
Like you came out and you're like, you know,
Well,
I did my little truck stops.
You watched everyone else live their life. You're finally able to live your life.
So that's what I'm saying. So I guess he's asking the same thing, is like, essentially, once you got where you want to be, did you go through a hoe phase?
Yeah,
Which,
like I
yes, she did.
explored. I really wanted to explore who I was, because it was like before that I was like literally untouched, and I think I just watched all my friends live their lives and sort of like, you know, and I just kind of was like spectator. And then I finally was like, well, let me just like actually see what kind of person I am, because I think I was trying to figure out my role as like a woman in society. You know what I mean? Like, who do I want to be when I walk in the room? And, you know, and then eventually one day it's like, what kind of mother do I want to be? What kind of partner do I want to be? It's like, yeah. So I was just kind of realizing, like, what do I like? I don't know what I like. And I still don't fully know what the fuck I like.
Nice. Well, this question is going to come from me then, because
Yeah.
I know we joke about it a lot, but it all just kind of came to mind right now, and I'm going to catch probably
I
some
love
hate for
when
this,
things
probably.
come.
Right? So first of all, if you could relate to one Disney princess, what would it be?
One Disney princess? Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she's like genderless. She's
Okay.
half fish.
But do you remember when she became a girl and she like
Yeah.
became a woman and she went back to being a fish?
Yeah.
Do you think like it's the same thing as
I would never trade my life if I would never, although living my life obviously it's not easy, you know, but also no one has an easy life, you know what I mean? Everyone can relate to things to certain levels. I'll never know what it's like to go to war. I'll never know what it's like to like, well, hopefully I've never lost someone really, really super close to me. So I've never experienced that. I couldn't imagine going through that. For me, it's like, you know, have I been denied access places because of who I am? Have I been, you know, had hate crimed? Yes, you know, and it's like, that sucks and it's fucked up, and that's just, you know, we're hopefully going to change the world. But I wouldn't change my life for anything. If there was like a button of like, oh, you could be cis tomorrow and you could just like,
But
I don't think I would change it.
you say this now,
Mm.
but you didn't say that before.
Yeah, because I wasn't happy.
Okay.
And I didn't realize.
And everything you're saying, sorry,
Yeah.
just kind of reminds me of, and this is going to be pretty bad,
Yeah,
but
let's talk about it.
Princess Fiona from Shrek.
Oh, okay.
Because she, she was a princess,
Uh-huh.
turned into an ogre,
Uh-huh.
turned back into a princess,
Uh-huh.
turned back into an
Yeah,
ogre.
because she didn't want to be with a short guy. I would turn back into an ogre to.
Joey's right there.
No,
Don't make
I'm
fun of
sorry.
him.
No. She was like, the short guy. I want the big ogre. Yeah, fuck yeah. I want the big ogre too.
What do you think that Disney was trying to say though with her character?
Don't date short guys. Yeah,
Oh my
especially
God, I
one with
can't
like a
with you.
fuck ass bob too.
I
You know what I
can't
mean? Like,
with
ew.
you.
Yeah, no, hell no. Ew, he gives me the ick. Lord Farquaad. Yeah, I'd myself too. I'd go be an ogre right away. If someone said that's your destiny, Lord Farquaad, no.
And said you want Michael Myers with a belly.
Fuck, I mean,
Is that what his name is?
He was more fun anyways, right? Wasn't he like
Shrek?
Yeah, it was rowdy. Who doesn't love a rowdy man?
Go ahead and submit your questions on any platform and we'll answer them in our Keep It Coming In Hot series.
No, but really though, I always ask myself if I was to be cis, I just feel like, ooh, it could have been bad. I'd probably have like 10 children. I probably would have been huge. Probably never moved out of my parents'
Oh my
house.
God. So,
Ooh.
Shayan, what is your favorite fetish to play into when it comes to like OnlyFans?
Latex.
Latex?
Yeah.
That's my favorite fetish for you to play
Yeah.
into. But we are going to do a new one today, which I'm
Okay.
excited about.
Yeah, so fill me in and fill everyone else.
You know what? And we'll put this we'll film the making of this on the Patreon, which we just created.
Yes.
But yes, we've been getting requests for Shayan to do messy play, like literally cover her head to toe in like messy things. So I got Shayan a gigantic thing of peanut butter and a gigantic tub of Hershey's syrup, and we are going to cover her head to toe. in
Not
this.
my hair.
I will do. We'll put the making of this on the Patreon. But
yeah.
anyhow,
Yeah,
so
we have a few interesting requests.
yeah, we'll keep you posted as they go because the Patreon's brand new, so we're figuring it all out now. But it's gonna be $5 a month to kind of go on and get
Yeah.
like the behind the scenes of it. We'll have a separate camera that'll kind of continuously
Yeah.
roll without any cuts, without
I'll
any edits.
name names,
We'll get
first names, last names. Yeah.
And this episode is also
That's-
really unique because we did lose the first half of an episode several weeks back. So we are actually gonna cut.
Said this was a masturbate.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow, I actually guessed it right this time.
You did.
Game time.
That's how you know she's sick.
Oh my god.
She's on
I
that NyQuil
know.
life.
I am. I'm on that NyQuil.
Ready?
This pussy will put you out like NyQuil.
All right. Story time. Most intense orgasm.
Oh my god.
Oof. I feel like this is wild. I mean, it's a little TMI, but I feel like it's any gay dude's first time putting something in their butthole is always the craziest orgasm. Like, yeah, I'll never forget that.
What was the first thing you put in?
My finger.
Oh. Boring. What was the first like object that you put in?
I never really put objects in my butthole.
Really?
I know you used to do like hot dogs or something like
No,
that.
what the fuck? Not hot dogs. No, bubble ones.
Bubble ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never a big like butt play person to be honest.
Yeah,
with
no,
you.
I'm not either.
Like,
no, I'm not putting
nah.
plastic up there. What the fuck?
And I don't know if I have like a super sensitive butthole, but like
Yeah.
if there's someone who even has like any nail at all,
Yeah.
like like
Yeah,
I'm not. It's like no fingers. are going
Yeah.
in.
No, for sure. And I just worry. You never know.
Yeah.
Your
turn.
butthole absorbs everything.
Ooh, true.
Pour what?
Pour a drink sexily. Spin again.
Kiss the person on the neck.
Oh, this might have to go to
Get
the
on my lap.
Patreon.
Sit on my lap. Aw. There you go. I got lipstick on you. Excuse you. Hey, a lot of people would pay good money for that.
Patreon. All right. Trust fall test. We're not doing that.
I can catch you. I think I can lift you.
am not
No,
gonna
I
trust
actually really want to
fall
lift you. Wait, actually, you know what I know how to do? I know how to do the swing dance move where you go from one side to the other.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
to the
Next.
middle. I want to try it with you.
What is it with the? We need a bigger spin wheel or something because it keeps landing on the same.
Yeah.
Wants me to kiss your neck, but I don't want fucking tanner on my mouth.
First of all, I don't have tanner. I scaled back after people on TikTok were saying that I was looking orange on the
Person
podcast.
next to you will sensually stroke your arm.
That's boring. Why don't you stroke this dick? No, let's really make it in Patreon. That's it. Come on, but there's more you can.
I'm not playing with your bugussy, not for free. Even though I just learned what that word is, if it's not even a word.
Hey, you know when you're on that NyQuil, everything feels good. Huh? Role play with someone now. Role play with someone now.
Now.
Should I call someone? You met him before.
Really?
You've seen. Oh.
Can I help you?
Hi. Yeah, my dryer broke and I'm stuck in it. Can you come help me out?
God, like, what are you gonna do now? No, I'm at work. I'm not even home. I won't be home till like 3 hours.
Oh, well, I'm stuck right now. Are you gonna come help me?
Well, you're yawning, so just take a
No,
nap.
I'm not.
and then,
I'm
like,
not
I'll
yawning.
fix you at 9
I'm
o'clock.
crying.
Oh, why?
Because I'm stuck in the dryer. Like actually, and
You're
it's
not even-
broken.
You're not even making sense.
No, I am. And I need
You are what?
stuck. And I need you to
What?
help me. No, I'm
Where?
actually. And my dryer broke. It's been a long day. Can you come help me?
Okay,
And
in
bring
3
that-
hours, sure.
And you can bring
but-
that tool over.
Yes. Okay, but can you wait 3 hours?
Sure.
Can you wait till 9 o'clock?
Okay.
Okay, at 9 o'clock. Yes,
Okay.
I can help.
At 9 o'clock, what's gonna happen?
You what?
What's gonna happen at 9 o'clock?
I don't know. I will help.
Okay, Daddy.
Yeah, exactly. Good answer.
Okay. Bye.
All right, I'll text you at 9.
The way I'm literally
Jesus
not gonna hang out with
Christ.
him.
That was a lot.
The way I'm literally not gonna hang out with him. I've used him for head, but that's
Oh
it.
my god.
Yeah, and he hangs stuff up. He's great. It's great to have a good neighbor that's also a throat goat that knows how to hang shit.
Hot.
Hey, you gotta capitalize.
Well, why can't you film him for OnlyFans?
You know what? I just thought of that recently, and he said so. But he's always so
the fuck?
drunk. He doesn't
Even
know what's
better.
going on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that's all, folks.
Oh, but bleep that name.
Yeah, editor, bleep the name.
If you want to watch more fucked up shit,
Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
woo!
Peace.